Behind the overwater villas and honeymoon postcards, the Maldives runs on a completely different set of rules most tourists never see. 6 customs, spanning laws, language, faith, family, and traditions born from centuries of Indian Ocean exchange, reveal a country nothing like its travel brochures. Some will fascinate you, others will leave you stunned. Starting with the one rule that divides this nation island by island. Number 6, the Maldives' one island, one resort system draws a sharp line between the world of the postcard and the daily reality of its people. Under this model, a single hotel or resort complex occupies an entire island leased privately under the Maldives Tourism Act. These resort islands operate almost as self-contained bubbles. Alcohol is freely served, swimwear rules are relaxed, and foreign guests rarely see the rhythms of local life. Just a short speedboat ride away, the country's inhabited islands follow a very different set of rules. Alcohol sales are banned and modest dress is required on public beaches, except for a handful of designated tourist zones. The legal divide is so strong that even staff who work at luxury resorts often live for weeks at a time away from their home islands, returning only between shifts. More than 1,000 islands make up the archipelago, but only about 200 are inhabited by Maldivians, with the rest set aside for resorts, agriculture, or left untouched. Transfers between islands rely on a network of ferries, speedboats, and, for the most remote resorts, seaplanes, sometimes taking just minutes, sometimes more than an hour. Since 2009, local guest houses have opened on inhabited islands, offering a different, more community-based experience, but the core framework remains. Resort and local islands are legally and culturally distinct worlds, side by side in the same turquoise sea. Number 5, Bodu Beru pulses at the heart of Maldivian culture, its rhythms echoing across island shores. The name means big drum in Divehi, and the performance lives up to its title. Around 15 to 20 men, drummers, singers, dancers, and supporting clappers form a tight circle, each with a hand-carved wooden drum at the center. The music begins with a slow, hypnotic beat, led by a solo voice that calls out verses, answered in chorus by the group. As the song unfolds, the tempo rises, dancers step forward, and the entire circle surges with energy. By the climax, the drumming is rapid, the singing urgent, and the dancers' movements almost feverish. Historical accounts trace Bodu Beru's origins to East African migration and centuries of Indian Ocean trade, but the tradition blends African rhythm, Arab melodic influence, South Asian migration, and local innovation. Today, Bodu Beru is a fixture at weddings, Eid celebrations, island festivals, and even resort shows, uniting residents and visitors in a shared living heritage. The story of Bodu Beru is not just about music. It's a testament to the Maldives' place as a crossroads of cultures where the beat of the drum still ties communities together. Number 4 on our list, the crowded multi-generational households of the Maldives tell a story written in sand and stone. On islands where land is measured in fractions of a square kilometer, family compounds stretch across narrow, sandy lanes, their homes pressed tightly together. Adults, married or single, often remain in their parents' homes well into adulthood, not just out of tradition, but necessity. With only about 298 square kilometers of land for more than 500,000 people, every meter counts. Male, the capital, compresses nearly 200,000 residents onto just 2 square kilometers, making it one of the world's most densely populated cities. Beyond Male, larger islands like Adu and Fuvahmulah feature compounds where grandparents, parents, and children share courtyards, wells, and daily routines. Sharing space means sharing costs, childcare, and elder care, but it also means privacy is rare and tensions can run high. The 2022 census counted over 94,000 households, with average size declining over time, yet the pressure of limited land keeps extended families close. Researchers point to these crowded conditions as one factor that can strain marriages, though not every household experiences conflict. Here, the geography of the islands is inseparable from the shape of family life, setting the stage for the social dynamics explored further ahead. Number 3 on our list, the Divehi language and its Thana script set the Maldives apart in the Indian Ocean and beyond. Divehi belongs to the Indo-Aryan family, but its closest living relative is Sinhala, spoken in Sri Lanka. What truly marks Divehi as distinct is its writing system, Thana. Developed around the 16th century, Thana draws its first letters from Arabic numerals and later ones from Indic shapes, then runs right to left, mirroring Arabic but forming its own alphabet. Thana is not just a relic, it is the living script of the nation. School children across the islands learn to read and write it from an early age, and Thana appears everywhere. On street signs and mail, on government documents, textbooks, and even vehicle plates. Historic manuscripts and coral gravestones carved in Thana survive on older islands, linking today's Maldivians to centuries of written history. The vocabulary of Divehi itself is layered with Arabic, Hindi, Persian, Portuguese, and English words, reflecting the Maldives' long history as a crossroads of trade. Island isolation helped both language and script evolve independently, making Thana a national marker found nowhere else as a primary script. Number 2 on the list, Islam is not only the state religion of the Maldives, it is written into the very foundation of citizenship and public life. The 2008 Constitution states that the religion of the state of the Maldives is Islam, and further that a non-Muslim may not become a citizen of the Maldives. By law, all Maldivian citizens must be Sunni Muslim. No law may contradict Islamic tenets, and the president, cabinet, and parliament members must also be Sunni. This legal framework draws a clear boundary. While foreign residents and resort guests may follow their own beliefs privately, public expression of any non-Islamic religion is prohibited and can lead to fines or even loss of residency. On inhabited islands, the rhythm of daily life is organized around religious observance. Shops, markets, and government offices close every Friday for midday congregational prayer, known as Jumu'ah, turning busy harbor towns into quiet streets until prayers conclude. The call to prayer sounds out from minarets 5 times a day, setting the pace for work, meals, and school. Dress codes reflect these values. Shoulders and knees must be covered in public for both residents and visitors, with fines enforced for violations. The built environment carries this heritage too. Centuries-old coral stone mosques, including the Malhukuru Miski, are protected as national landmarks, their intricate carvings and coral walls standing as reminders of a long Islamic history. On resort islands, the rules are different. Alcohol is served, dress is relaxed, and the call to prayer fades into the background. But on local islands, Islam shapes not only law and citizenship, but the everyday routines, clothing, and architecture that define Maldivian life. And finally, in first place, the Maldives holds a world record that stands in stark contrast to its image as a paradise for honeymooners. In 2002, Guinness World Records listed the Maldives with a crude divorce rate of 10.97 divorces per 1,000 inhabitants per year, nearly 11, based on United Nations data available at the time. This figure remains the highest ever officially recorded globally, and more recent UN data sets continue to place the Maldives ahead of Kazakhstan and Russia for divorce rates, though the exact numbers have shifted slightly over the years. Unlike the percentage of marriages ending in divorce, the crude rate measures the total number of divorces per 1,000 people, making the 2002 statistic even more striking for such a small nation. The legal framework for divorce in the Maldives has evolved. Traditionally, a husband could initiate divorce through a verbal pronouncement of talaq, but current law requires notification, registration, and formal steps overseen by the family court. Women, on the other hand, generally must file a petition and proceed through judicial hearings to obtain a divorce. Reforms since the early 2000s introduced mandatory court involvement for both parties. And in 2019, the minimum marriage age was raised to 18 to address concerns over early unions. High divorce rates intersect with other aspects of Maldivian life. Early marriage, crowded multi-generational households, and social expectations around remarriage all play a part, though no single factor tells the whole story. In 2022, official records counted over 1,150 divorces processed by the family court, and marriage rates remain among the highest in the world. While the family court in male sees a steady stream of cases, These numbers do not define every family's experience. The Maldives' record divorce rate is a window into the pressures and adaptations of island life, where tradition, law, and changing social norms continue to reshape the meaning of family. Across all 6 customs, one pattern stands out. Maldivian life is shaped by the constant tension between global tourism and deeply rooted local realities. Legal, religious, and family traditions adapt to island isolation and outside influences alike. Which custom surprised you most? Comment below and subscribe for more hidden cultural countdowns.